The weekend of the Las Vegas Grand Prix ended with an excellent race, featuring exciting battles on the track and a flurry of overtaking maneuvers right up to the final lap. However, off the track, the week was marked by criticisms coming from various quarters, some of them focusing on the timing of the activities, all scheduled close to midnight. This scheduling caused issues with excessive cold and fatigue. Other criticisms were aimed at all the events that took place before the cars hit the track, always grandiose and taking up a significant portion of the schedule for drivers and teams. Even though everything ended well in the end, team boss Christian Horner pointed out what went wrong and what to do to solve these problems in the next editions. He first said that the main problem was this season's calendar, which was brutal for all teams, with everyone leaving Las Vegas completely drained after working until the early hours for several days. He recalled that, for instance, the second practice session started more than 2 hours into the early morning, ending at 4 in the morning, with mechanics still having a lot of work to do. Following that, for 2024, the head of Red Bull suggests what he believes should be done, stating, "We need to see how we can improve this for the future. We are racing very late at night, so maybe we can race a little earlier. You're never going to make the entire television audience 100% happy. This is an American race, so if you race at 8 in the evening or something like that, it would be a bit more comfortable for everyone." Well, the organizers have not yet commented on any changes in schedules, but it's quite possible that for 2024, some adjustments will be made so that at least these criticisms can be minimized, and the focus remains on the entire spectacle, both on and off the track. Max Verstappen is feeling inspired this week to give his opinion on various subjects, heavily criticizing the organization and flaws of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. He criticized Ocon after qualifying for a maneuver he didn't like, and also shared his thoughts on Toto Wolff's controversial statements, defending the Grand Prix organizers, albeit in a slightly passionate manner. After the criticism received, due to the issue with the manhole cover in Practice 1, which heavily damaged Carlos Sainz's car, requiring new parts and resulting in a 10-place grid penalty, this penalty was criticized by almost everyone. However, Toto stated that it's just an unforeseen incident and that manhole covers have caused problems before, suggesting that the media was exaggerating things to speak negatively about the race in Vegas. Furthermore, Mercedes was the only team to vote against in a meeting aimed at lifting Sainz from this penalty, since it was a circuit fault and not the fault of the driver or his team. Verstappen, in his statement, as always, was quite direct in sending a message about what he thinks of Toto's actions, saying, "He is right to say that we've had loose manhole covers before, but they have to learn from this. We know that this can lead to problems on street circuits, so you have to be prepared for that." I think he would have reacted differently if this had happened to his cars. He would have spoken differently, but I didn't expect anything different from him. Well, Verstappen didn't mince words in criticizing Toto Wolff's actions. But what about you? What do you think? Do you agree with Verstappen? And if it were the Mercedes car that had been damaged, would Toto react differently? When things are going badly, people from all over come out criticizing, throwing stones. But when things go well, nobody shows up to give praise. Isn't that right? Well, that's exactly what's happening with Lance Stroll, the Aston Martin driver, who's having a rather complicated season. With performances well below expectations and immense pressure on his shoulders, amidst numerous criticisms pointing out that he's only on the team because he's the owner's son, at the Las Vegas Grand Prix, Stroll put on a remarkable race. Despite starting from the second to last position due to a 5-place grid penalty, the driver had a strong start, avoiding problems, and, together with his team, executed an excellent pit stop strategy. This move gained him not less than 14 positions, finishing in 6th place and moving up to 5th after a penalty was applied to George Russell. In an interview after the race, Lance said, "It was a fun race. I gained 10 positions in the first corner, with many other drivers making way, moving from 19th to 9th. Immediately, I felt I was in the game. We were up front, attacking throughout the race with a fast car. We made good strategic decisions, pitting under the 2 safety cars, and then managed to overtake some cars at turn 1 to secure P5. Stroll's performance earned him several compliments, with some analysts noting that for some reason, Stroll has significantly improved in the recent races, managing to shed some of that pressure, and it's reflecting in his on-track performance. Keep up the good work, Lance. During free practice 1 this week in Abu Dhabi, we'll have exactly half of the grid made up of rookies, as this is the final opportunity for teams to fulfill a requirement in the regulations where at least twice a year they need to field their cars for young drivers in a free practice session. The only team exempt from meeting this requirement is AlphaTauri, as they've already had at least 2 rookies in the car this season. Among the biggest surprises, Red Bull won't have any regular drivers, with 2 rookies stepping in for Perez and Verstappen. We also won't see Lewis Hamilton in Mercedes, as Frederick Vesti takes over as the driver at the start of these activities. Another name to keep an eye on is Pato O'Ward, who will be in McLaren and hopes to impress some teams, aiming for a switch from Indy to Formula 1 soon. We'll also have Felipe Drugovich, the Brazilian driver from Aston Martin, who will have another opportunity to showcase his skills in the car. In total, 10 cars will have rookie drivers, with 1 more chance to demonstrate their talent in this final free practice of the year in Abu Dhabi. So, tell me here in the comments, which of these do you think has real chances in Formula 1 one day? The last Formula 1 weekend of this year kicked off with a lot of action. Mercedes and McLaren just announced that they've extended their partnership until the end of the 2030 season, putting an end to several rumors suggesting McLaren might switch to another engine supplier, with Honda being one of the speculated options. McLaren's CEO, Zak Brown, stated that the reason for renewing with Mercedes is the confidence they and the team stakeholders have in Mercedes engines. They believe it's the right decision to maintain this partnership, ensuring a more secure future in the sport. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff stated that keeping McLaren as a partner is a significant win for them. He highlighted their collaborative work and exchange of technical information aimed at enhancing the engine with each passing race, particularly focusing on the development of the 2026 engine. Well, that's it. McLaren and Mercedes together until 2030. Do you think McLaren made the right move in keeping this partnership? Let's see what more this weekend in Abu Dhabi promises. This is the summary of the week. Thanks for watching.